betwixt the raising of the undying emperor and the great planar war that shook the heavens, there was an age of contradiction, where cannons won kingdoms and muskets kept the peace. A brave few won the hearts of the conquered and conquerors alike. Of these we speak of the decline of the great kingdoms and cultures under the heel of empire. Of those we speak of gladiators and the untold thousands that worshipped them. Of this, an age of glory, where kings would be slaves and a gladiator would be king.
Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die Presents the Dread and Circus Campaign, episode 4 of season 2. I'm your DM and host Marty, joined by Adam and Ahmed. How's everyone doing today? Let me unmute your face holes and we'll get things running. Face holes unmuted. What were you guys talking about, eh? What were you saying?
We were trying to figure out how Mortenzie gets put into a non-lethal match, and then Mortenzie doesn't really have a way of, like...
Non-lethal. It's psychologically and physically. He doesn't have a way of non-lethally.
Yeah, and both a psychological and a physical level.
Mortenzie, you can't kill him.
And he one-shot some of the people that he's going up against. So,
all right, so this fight that you're talking about is between the Conclave of Crimson Scale and the Circus of Dread.
Yeah,
and the Circus of Dread is putting up Mortenzie, Eduard, and Roger. Are those the three?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Versus Sona, Drayne, Fleas, and Nova.
And Ahmed and I were negotiating how we wanted to organize this fight, and we both are far more invested in the slaves.
Right.
Both of us are far more invested in the slaves.
So I'm saying Adam takes the slave. Like I can't have characters on either side. So we're suggesting I was going to take the circus, and Adam will take the slaves, and and I don't know how to not kill Mortenzie's like. What
right.
He doesn't have like a rubber thing at the end of it.
No, you're gonna need to invest in some non-lethal or subdual weapons.
You can attack non-lethally.
You need to invest in an armory. In fact, is there an armory in that Ludus?
Yes.
We have gear.
Then they can get. Then you can start getting wiffle bats and slaps and things.
Wiffle bats.
Nerf
Okay, so we're jumping ahead a little bit. So you guys were planning. You're planning out what you're going to do tonight. So that's good. Good planning. Good use of your time. Why don't we do just sort of a Lucas? How's it going? Why don't we do just how'd you do? How's everyone doing? I haven't seen you guys in like 2 days, so it's like I miss you guys.
Oh, so much happened. That's crazy.
Exactly.
It's snowing, which is nice.
Yeah, it's snowing here.
I am feeling really super mega stiff. Like, I'm not feeling good. There's a point in the night where I might end up switching to the couch or someplace else. Like, my upper back is just... I was doing arm over arm pulls, and I'm just like... I'm hoping... I'm going to throw food in, and hopefully food just counters the stiffness. Just throw food, pile food on top of stiffness, and that will make it better.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Okay. Adam's figuring out what it means to get a little bit older.
I refuse.
Welcome to the club, buddy.
You
wake up like that next time.
Dude, I went to a regular men's shop today, not the big fat men's shop today, and the lady at the men's shop went, you're going to need a slim fit. And I'm like, win! Yes! I need a slim fit. Fuck y'all!
Okay, good for you, man.
And you can put your pants back on, sir.
Fine.
What kind of story is this?
Ahmed, how are you doing?
Good, man.
Please don't
Good,
tell me
nothing.
you're stiff because
It means something different.
it means something different when you say it.
No, I'm good. I'm good, man. I don't know if I will have to work next weekend as the project might be pushed by a week. So if that happens, then I'm off the hook.
What is Marty doing for Turkey Fight? Turkey Fight 2018.
Oh yeah, it's like coming up, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like coming up.
I'm not. Well, the thing is, Canadian Thanksgiving is in October, so I'm not going back anywhere. I can play extra game. I planned on sleeping and watching movies, and
That feels like a plan that was generated on the fly.
no. I saw the weekend. I've got no concrete plans. Go sing karaoke or something.
Okay, all right. Let's just checking, seeing what's what.
Yep. No, it's going to be just a low key thing. That as a Canadian, American holidays aren't like a really big deal. It's just like, ooh, I got a long weekend.
Maybe you thought you were a turkey stream of some variety. I don't know.
Oh, a turkey stream. So what I do want to do is a stream where I start playing Pathfinder Kingmaker. Mm-hmm. And I can show everyone how to cheat by editing the JSON files of the party file, and how you make your guys have good ability scores.
Good stats.
I think
20,
that's
how to
20.
fix their stats.
Yeah, like it's
called Gestalt level.
Cheat hacking, exactly. Cheat hacking the
training.
Pathfinder Kingmaker. Yes, please show me. Okay, sure. All right. I'll go through like what you need to download in order to edit the JSON files. There's two pieces of software you need to do that, and then you spend a lot of time just navigating that file and making sure that you've got the right mods changed. This was a lot of trial and error. This is after me starting the game a couple times. I'm like, I'm getting my ass beat. And then I played a game and I'm like, I'm doing pretty good, but I'd really like to hire some mercenaries. Again, just like in Baldur's Gate, I really don't like the NPCs that they force on you. But there's an option that you keep on buying and importing basically new heroes. Well, I wanted those heroes to be like fucking awesome. I didn't want them to be
Gus.
Yeah, just kind of like ho-hum. So, we like high ability scores, and you can make them as high as you want. I made this rule in my head where I wasn't going to raise anything above 18 before racial mods, but, I made some kick-ass characters.
You can actually walk around with like a 90 strength,
So my cheat party will be a party of my entire creation. I'll leave one slot open because you're constantly inviting like some of the NPCs on side quests. You still need them because they're the ones that manage your kingdom. It's basically the remember the module that I kind of put you guys through when we played Symbol's Gift? That they did this in computerized form, and it is an amazing game. It still needs some work. It needs some balancing for the kingdom, management, and they're constantly fixing bugs. I'm having a super fun time playing it, but I hacked the JSON file to give me better stats and money. So maybe I'll do that on Thanksgiving. I'll keep you guys informed of when I'm going to do that. So it'll end up being sort of like a how-to cheat, and it will be nerdy as fuck. And the JSON file just gets bigger and bigger and bigger as the game goes on, because every summoned monster you can summon now has like a blob of JSON with the stats in it, so you can actually edit the stats of the summoned monsters that your guys build. Your animal companions have a block of stats, but it's like quasi-human readable. You really need to, you really kind of need to build your knowledge of the file as it's going. Like it's not.
It's nice that they left it all in ASCII.
Yes,
right?
yes, it's human readable, but they're not using like the name of the character. It's some fucking like 16
designator.
16, yeah, it's some long key that's super long, and if you don't memorize it or have some way of backtracking.
One of these files actually goes to the string designator that becomes the name, right? That would be the common link between the two.
Yep. And then there's a separate file where you can actually like edit your money, which is a big deal in this game. So, anyways, we'll have we'll do the cheating with a Pathfinder Kingmaker might be a worthy stream. And then
Cheating with Marty.
Cheating with Marty. Fuck that! I want to choose my own ability scores. God damn it. So I still have a villain point. I'm determined to spend it this stream. So Lucas does have a villain point. I'm staring at the screen right now. Quinta, do you want, given that you're the first few folks on the stream, do you want a villain or a hero point? Pepsi Max.
Promotional video shot by.
The running joke in the other stream. I'll take a hero this time. Look at you, Quinta.
Yes.
Being all heroic.
Thank you for supporting us.
Why don't we do a? I got lots of
What?
sleep last night because this week was just really tiring. And what did I do? What did I do today? I got up, watched a bit of Deep Space Nine. Early this summer, I remember I started watching Star Trek.
Star Trek, yeah.
I've gotten through
Star
the.
Trek?
I've
Marty, did you just watch Star Trek and then have that be an all-encompassing statement?
Yes. It's just Star Trek. No, I finished the original series, the original animated series, the original movies. Then I did Next Generation, the first film of the Generation crew, and I'm in the 4th season of DS9 right now, and the 4th season of DS9 is amazeballs. It's my favorite show out of all of them. So I watched a bit of that this morning. Walked to the grocery store. What else did I do? I did some game prep.
Deep
had a
Space Nine,
sandwich.
isn't that with Cisco?
What's that?
Deep Space Nine, is that with Cisco?
That's with Cisco, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one. The amount of useless information up here is incredible.
Okay, recap of last game. That was just Thursday, but I did do a recap. Episode 3 was called Hook, Line, and Stinker.
That
Damien...
monster should have just called the Dutch oven.
The Dutch oven. A bunch of Dutch people are like, why do you call it that? I'll call it Canadian oven. Damien adds obfuscated clauses to the contract for an upcoming fight. You guys make your own plot lines, man. Because this is not just going to be a thing that...
This isn't that's not a throwaway event.
No.
Right?
No, that's
the
gonna...
whole, like... Anyways,
See what they
some
did?
people just want to watch the world burn. And that's... I'm wearing a shirt full of Batman villains.
Yeah.
One of these guys wants to just watch everything burn. We got one of
And
them.
then,
I like-
stop killing them! What are you doing?
Okay, all right. At the Pit of the Fallen, the Conclave of Crimson Scale has 2 matches. Damien and Brog battle Monks of the Fallen most dishonorably. Magnus fights a lone magical beast called the Venomanticore, which proves to be very deadly and poisonous.
Beat your ass.
That was a good midweek game, I think. I do agree with Lucas that the fight against the monks with Crane Style and Mirror Image was very boring, but I was trying to prove a little bit of a point. Unfortunately, it turned into a very boring fight of, yeah, the fights suck when everyone just jacks a bunch of like spells on themselves before the fight. Like, those fights suck. They suck. They're not fun. You're not going to arrive at a victory, like, you're not going to
Anytime
arrive
soon.
at some sort of culmination.
Actually, it's from the natural one thing. You will make checks and you will fail checks, and everyone will eventually hate you.
So after the street fight and following the pit of the not the Pit of the Fallen, it was the pit at Old Temple. Sorry, I must have been tired when I wrote that. After the Pit at Old Temple fights and the Sword Street fight, the Arena of Vatapol will be ready for new matches again. At the same time, however, the Circus of Dread is preparing for a journey up north.
Yep. Yeah, we have to prepare. Yeah, we said we'd do that last time.
Why don't we look at the gladiatorial Ludus sheet just to see if there's any other planning? Because I think there were some crucial conversations, if you will, that some of the PCs wanted to have before the fighting began. Let's see, Ashoka. Oh yeah, Adam wasn't there for part of the game, so there were some things that we wanted to do. So Ashoka, are you still? And I'm gonna share this. This is making sure that you can see it. You being the stream. Too many views.
Also stop being a dumbass and actually turning on map tools. So I'm like, how come I can't find the map in my start bar?
Okay.
Someone's gotten stupid.
So Ashoka was spending time with the doppelganger. You've got 2 more weeks, basically, of spending time with the doppelganger. What were you trying to do? Were you still trying to affect its attitude? Its attitude is 1 and its morale is 1. No, sorry, that's a lie. 6's body is -1 because he hasn't had medical. Like he's still kind of living in a dark cell. His morale is 1 and his attitude is -1.
So attitude.
Okay. His morale is decent. You're basically trying to make him like you. He is a...
You're my friend, guy. I also brought you a body to eat.
Yes. Oh, did you end up feeding the body to him? The assassin that tried to, the assassin summoner that tried to kill Phineas and I guess Arlen because he got in the way.
Oh yes. Yeah. No. The Drac. We're teaching him how to act Drac-like in his ways.
Okay. You've got 2 weeks. You've got 12 dice total. You need 4 successes to make his attitude from -1 to 0.
Okay.
So basically, if you think of like attitude and diplomacy-wise, this is basically his starting attitude whenever you meet him right now is unfriendly, and you kind of always have to break through that. So you're trying to make him indifferent as this point.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Okay. So after that 1 week, he is now indifferent towards you. Like you've gotten over the hostility kind of at the beginning of every session, and then you're going to continue to do that into the next week.
So the feeding of the body is done in an obfuscated fashion, at least at first, just to see how it goes.
So you kind of mix it into his gruel. Okay. You are surprised after a few days of feeding him that it's actually Drac in the cell one day.
So it was a girl before? Was it a little girl before?
It was a little girl halfling.
There was a little halfling. There's a little halfling girl somewhere who's going to get, or it's a generic halfling girl. It won't be the same one. I don't know. I didn't ask him about that.
But yeah, you do see he's basically Drac one day.
That's awesome.
He doesn't understand what Drac sounds like. He doesn't know like what his mannerisms are, but he definitely looks like Drac.
Feeling different.
Yes. You gave me this. I thought I tasted it.
I have more.
Is this man dead?
You are this man.
Yes. I am all men.
And if you are all men, and you are more specifically this man, then this man is not dead.
Yes. I consume and become them. This man knew magic.
Yes.
I tasted it.
Summoner. He created an ethereal creature he was also an assassin. He was known in a sense, but not greatly. Drac is the name.
Okay. He says that I am Drac.
Yes, 6. You are now Drac.
I hunger for more.
There is more to be had.
I need more.
More Drac, or just more?
No. Others. Drac can help me get others.
How many others?
He doesn't know.
Remember, he doesn't understand it's not like...
He doesn't understand his own powers. He was stolen when he was very young, and he was supposed to be taught by the night hag, I guess. But
right, somebody's supposed to be
momentarily the lights went out, so if I get cut off, it's probably because power got reset and my router's resetting.
Nice. You've got another week. Are you affecting his morale or attitude?
We're going to affect his attitude.
Okay.
And we're going to keep feeding him Drac.
He is effective 5 hit dice now because he's a little bit more friendly, so this actually is a little bit harder to do. I'm fine with that. You need 5 successes. You've got 12 dice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh.
Okay. So his attitude is now positive. He is now friendly towards Ashoka, who is feeding him the bits of sentient creatures that he can turn into.
Well, we're almost ready to go out of the town with Drac to see how this goes in public.
Right.
Almost.
Yeah, there may be other things you may want to influence on Drac. I'm not sure how.
Sorry, let me check his alignment, etc.
How fast can he change?
I think it's like a spell, but I haven't said change.
I think it's a standard action for him to change.
Wow. But not clothes, right? Just like the skin underneath, right?
Yeah, he could be trained. If he gains XP, he will gain levels.
So he is, yeah. See, he's neutral. Neutral's not bad, but something a little more in line.
About taking the assassin. It seemed like he didn't seem overly excited or interested in
the fact that he was an assassin.
The fact that he was an assassin, right?
That personality doesn't necessarily suit him in being all men, which he consumes. So either we need to change him to suit the personality, or pick a personality that better suits him. Cool with that.
And it's
like trying on suits. Not all suits fit perfectly.
And it's
sometimes
a lot of matter of fact, and you realize that a certain degree of like humanoid morality is missing. Like he's neutral in an ambivalent sort of like don't quite understand, don't get normal society yet. He is putty in Ashoka's hands.
What the hell?
He's the safest of anyone in this building.
Okay, and then Magnus had his fight. If we're looking down, what did Zed spend? I think Zed said spend some time attempting diplomacy on the Kozuthans, because you wanted them to like you better, I guess.
I wanted to. Well, they also had the like the Ifrits are there, and the rescued Ifrits were there, and there's a few.
Ifrits are different than Ifrits.
That's right.
Yeah.
The fire peoples because I actually don't know which one's which. One of them's like little elementals.
The
and the ones the race,
the
right?
Ganassi. You could call them that as a old 3rd edition term.
Yeah. So the yeah, and I think I rolled for that one, and I rolled like.
I think you rolled really poorly.
I rolled a success.
Yeah.
Like out of like 13 dice, it was.
It's like they treated you like you were a upstanding parishioner of their faith, and not necessarily a
just a guy.
Yep.
Yep.
You're a guy who comes around to worship.
Shows up on Sundays.
Sure. They know your name. Well, of course they know your name because you brought the dragon before them to.
And it was like, oh, no dragon, okay.
Yeah. They you might have got the little bit of mixture of disappointment that you didn't bring the dragon with you.
No.
Oh, you're alone, huh?
Okay, Zed's got 2 weeks. How is he spending his time? Zargon during this time was idle for a while, and then the Conclave was spending some time entertaining him.
Okay. So Zed, I think would like to get start looking at some additional tattooing. He'd like to figure out basically. He doesn't have the money for it yet, but he's basically wants to figure out what a monk's robe tattoo. He wants to sort that out.
Got it. So you spend some time shopping, okay, like on the market.
Yeah.
Monk's robe tattoo. It's not the first time that someone's asked for this. Vestra Aral can make this for you. She gives you a cost of, I believe it's. The tattoos are time and a half or double.
I think it's.
Double.
I think it started as double. Did we go to time and a half?
I think we went to time and a half. Yeah.
Otherwise, it was the same as a slotless item.
Yep.
Can't Phineas make that for him?
Phineas could also make it for him, but you need.
I need 15,000, a little bit more than 15,000. Like if Phineas makes it, it would be 10,000 gold pieces, which I don't have. But he needs to go learn that.
Okay.
It's what he wants.
I'm just gonna. I'm here. I'm just grabbing something.
While he's doing that, I think he will get some ceremonial work done.
Some tattoo work. So
yeah.
Okay.
Tattoo work representing the fight with the dragon in the arena.
Okay, you could probably spend as much as you wanted on those because it starts to wander into the realm of it's magical.
Yeah, we'll throw 50 gold into a tattoo.
Okay, it is not magical.
Yeah.
It might have some colors though.
Yeah.
What have you guys been doing with the Wizard Ling? He's just been locked up, right? So he's in prison.
Originally, we were going to ship him off to war.
Yep. So he's been idle the entire time, or kind of like in
Keep
prison.
him there until we make sure Drayne is safe. Drayne gets smoked.
Oh, hey, Quinta. Let me see. It's probably buried underneath a bunch of my... Oh, there they go. The last message I have from you, Quinta, is about something beaming. It feels like an old message. No, wait.
Feels like Star Trek.
No, that was today. Okay. So something to give us to review.
This might be related to Quinta earlier was asking if he was allowed to use hero points to affect gear for slaves.
Around the wheel, can make any attack. Oh, weird. It's an interesting bonus. Huh. I'll like this one. I wonder how I could work that treasure in. like as a gift from from somebody. Could you message who that would go to? Is this a thing that?
Cade.
Ahmed, when you were fighting the man, the Dutch oven, did you look out for a fat guy in the crowd?
No, it was like an hour and a half walk from the city. There were no fat guys there.
For some reason, I'm seeing that I'm getting whispers, but I can't read them. There we go. Today at 4, which is now. There, I've responded, I think. All right, so it looks like we've covered all the things that we need. Zed was getting some tattoo work done. It seemed that Zed was a little bit idle, looking after the dragon, kind of a quieter master, I suppose, on that side. We've got the Circus of Dread, who have Sam. What was Sam doing?
He was I think.
Tourist on the town, right? Is that what?
Yeah, he wants to see the sights, things, and go, hey, look at that, it's awesome. And,
okay, so Sam ends up spending some time with Roger. Roger found an amazing place called the Retreat. It is an elven-owned gambling hall / fest hall /
other stuff hall.
Other stuff hall, yeah. Like the elves have masseuses. And Roger's been spending a lot of his money and time at this place. So we'll do a scene with Roger and Sam at this place, and then Mortenzie. It looked like Arlen and a few others wanted to go spend some time with the commissioner. I guess Widget also wanted to do that because I think Widget arranged some of the fights already. Mm-hmm. So Widget and Arlen going to talk to the commissioner. That seems like a thing. Yep. That actually needs to happen before the fight. So what do you want to do? Sam and Roger at the retreat, or
we'll do the retreat first while Ahmed's stuffing his face.
Chowing down.
All right. So the retreat is near the southern walls of the city, kind of in the shadow of the plateau. The retreat is a large building. It has much fine work on the outside of elven designs, kind of like tree motifs carved into the wood. It definitely stands out when you walk by it. There is security at the retreat, and I'm going to start plopping down some tokens because I've got a large number of like NPCs that are at this bar. If you could drag Roger and Sam's token over to the retreat, that'd be awesome.
The other statement, Sam's arm, it's good to go, or is that still being crafted?
Oh, let me have a look. What was the magic? What was the total amount of money?
Give me a second. The circus, Sam. Total spent on the arm is
the market price. Yeah.
Yeah, 7,700.
Okay. Yeah, that kind of crept into this week, but they're 5-day chunks. So your tats last week would have been a day. So yeah, you kind of catch. Roger has already scoped this place out, and you like, hey, where's Roger been? Oh, I think he's gone down to some elven tavern, and you managed to find a Roger. If you could drag their tokens over, I will.
If you asked Adam where does the Conclave live on this map, he doesn't. Where are we? Here, I will find it the old-fashioned way. View window. Oh, wait, that's why. Okay, he's not on this map yet. I will retrieve him, sir.
Roger's not on this map?
I couldn't find Sam on the map.
Oh, Sam is up by the Sunrise House.
Oh, jeez.
I got him.
I'm having a derp.
And then Roger, I think I already dragged to Sword Street. Okay. All right, so you walk into this this establishment. There is a really long-haired elf with a curved blade on his back. You're pretty sure that you saw the elf's hair moving of its own accord, like it was sort of reaching down towards a glass of something and kind of handing it to his own hand. It was such a practiced motion that it didn't really seem like it was much effort.
Hey,
he drinks from this. He's sitting at the door. He seems to be the security of the place. You can hear like the rise of some sort of excitement within inside, and the clank of some sort of spinning wheel, and there's some soft music being played that sounds elvish.
So, hi, I'm Sam. Goes shake his hand.
You certainly
or shake
are.
his hair if the hair comes forward.
No,
he's kind of half expecting to shake hair.
He's sort of sitting on a stool, leaning back. He's leaning back almost in a way where the stool is not on all four of its legs. Like he's sort of leaning back against the wall with a bit of dexterity, and he seems to be drinking this fine. You don't know what is inside of it. It looks like a dark liquid inside this fine glass, and it's his hair that's making it drink for him. He looks really bored, and you say, "Hi, I'm Sam." You stick out your hand, and he's like, "You certainly are."
All right. Nice hair.
Thank you, he says, and you seem to kind of, with one hand, he just sort of strokes his long hair, and it seems to part for his fingers nicely, and you notice that a couple of wisps at the end come up in like little snakes and then kind of die back down. Like his whole head is animate. His hair goes well past his button. You think it's kind of wrapped around him once, and it's still around his body. There is a loop, like an iron loop, that normally hair would have to be really thick to fill and not fall off, but the hair is animate enough that it's keeping the loop there, kind of keeping it out of the way.
Big iron hula hoop.
Yep. He's he gives you, after the compliment, he gives you this one over, and you can tell that he's just simply appraising you. I'm assuming you want in here.
Yeah. There's a friend Roger. He's about yay big, swears a lot. Can't really hold alcohol.
As you're describing Roger, he's like he's got his hand up and he's yawning a little bit.
Curly hair. Smells bad.
No, don't all of your kind smell bad, he says in Elven under his breath.
Ooh, 1 second. I don't think Sam speaks any damn languages whatsoever. Nope.
Do you have money, or are you simply an errand boy?
Oh, I got money. Yeah.
Okay, he's waiting for you to show him.
Okay, he pulls out a purse with, that would be, one second, over 5,000 coins in it.
An eyebrow raises. Very well.
He looks like a farm boy walked into the city, just like, I got this much.
Leave your weapons at the counter inside. Don't make me catch you threatening anyone.
I think he might have it. He pulls out a dagger and like a big quill of javelins.
Or you might be replacing more than just your hand, he says. He says,
"Oh, it's new. Do you like it?" Yeah, the Minotaur took the last one. I'm gonna go take his horns.
He nods at this, and his hair is kind of still animating. He just kind of wants you now to go inside and stop talking to him.
He was mad because I knocked him out with one punch. One punch.
A gladiator, then.
Yeah, I got my tattoos back. Yeah, see, I was like a halfling before, but yeah, there was this big circle, and they brought me back, and now I'm big. Before I was small, before right in the nuts, but now it's kind of the top of the head or the temple.
If you punch any of the patrons, I'm going to take your fist.
Oh no! I mean, unless they want to be punched. I mean,
No, I highly doubt they do. Even though half of them deserve it, he says in Elven.
Okay.
All right, you fucks! You ready to lose this time? You can hear Roger's voice above above a bunch of others. Lady Lux can't be sitting on her horseshoe the entire night. And there's some
That's Roger. He's nice meeting you.
Okay. He just watches you. Do you put your weapons off to the side?
Yeah, it is a unused dagger and some javelins.
Okay. There is a really rough looking elven woman. She's got interesting it's like she's trying hard to be pretty, but isn't terribly pretty. She's just really, really rough, coarse skin. She might have a bit of human in her blood. She's sitting behind a counter where she takes your weapons. She's like, "And your weapons?"
That's it.
One dagger. She kind of puts it into a slot and gives you a little ticket with the same number that's on the slot. You're pretty sure it's like Elvish. the symbol matches the same. Enjoy a complimentary spin on the wheel, and she hands you this wooden token.
All right, takes a look at it.
Okay, it's got Elvish on it.
Oh, cool. So is everything in here? Is it like an elf place, right?
She looks at you.
Well, I mean, this is elf, right?
Yes, just give it to the man over there in front of the wheel, and you can get a free spin.
All right.
Good luck, she says. She grumbles something. You don't know whether she's just cranky or whatever. Well, for shame! There's a priest of the five-faced god in here. He's at a bar. The bartender, who looks half elven and is talking to some other man that is leaning in and seems really excited about what he's saying. But the very large priest of the five-faced god just yelled "for shame" and is like now attacking a large mug of dark-looking beer. Well, he notices you kind of approach the bar.
Yep.
Sinners, the whole lot of us.
well,
And then he raises
Yeah.
his glass like like he's accepted that he's one of them.
oh, yep.
Fire-faced gods, show us the path. Yet this den of sinners here refuse to bend knee, despite having thrashed them, despite having a greater culture.
Yeah. It's is beer good?
Yes, it is sinfully delicious. And its salubrious effects are quite salubrious.
Sam will pull out a coin and ask for a drink.
Hello there, friend. Welcome to the retreat. Your new face?
I enter the bombing.
Welcome to the retreat. I haven't seen you here before.
Yeah, I haven't been here before. I'm Sam.
Oh, hello there. And he shakes your hand. The name's Brazo. Regulars call me Buddy.
Does that mean you're everybody's buddy?
Of course. Bartender, amongst other things. He gives you a friendly smile. Sit down. Don't mind Father Philip here. He's a regular too.
I hear we're all sinners.
He laughs this very hollow laugh, like you could have said anything and he would have
It
laughed.
didn't matter what it was.
Yeah.
Insert laughter here.
right. He just laughed it off.
He pulls out a coin. Yeah, Sam didn't mean anything nefarious by it. Like, he thinks it's neat. Hey, there's a five-faced god priest in the bar full of the weird people, and he's drunk, and I'm a sinner now. I guess so.
What'll be your poison? And he says, we've got the regular stuff, but we also have some new stuff on the board, and you can see some weird drinks and weirdly named drinks of elvish nature.
This will be important. Sam speaks Halfling, Stygian Common, and Imperial Common. That's it.
Okay. They are written in Imperial Common,
Okay.
but they're really off the wall, obviously elven themed names for cocktails. Like
do you do the funny drinks with the fruit and stuff?
he kind of flips a couple of bottles with great dexterity, like he's some sort of acrobat, and he kind of ends up in a half pour.
All right, which one is what's the niftiest looking one?
You've never had a blue elf before, have you?
I haven't had any elves.
All right, so he ends up starts pouring you this drink, and it's like a bunch of, he's really measuring it quickly, but it's a bunch of very clear, transparent, water-looking liquids. When finally there's sort of a glass stir stick, and he kind of taps the side of it, and it sends ripples and waves of all different colors, blues. And then the whole thing just turns into this solid blue, like aquamarine blue drink. He sticks a little flour in it and hands it over towards you.
Oh!
He sees your money. He says, "Don't worry about it. We'll set up the tab later. We can settle the tab later. There are some prices. The blue elf is a very expensive drink."
I think we found a girly drunk here, because
As sorcery is part of alcohol's most dreadful, says the priest beside you, who sat there and watched it all anyways.
My drink turned blue.
Yes, alchemy is truly the only great miracles are that of five-faced God.
Sure. Why not?
Don't let these elves distract you from what is true, is what he says.
Yeah.
We all serve the five faces, whether we realize it or not.
Yeah.
Would you like another one, Father? Ah, yes, just one more, just one more. You're pretty sure that he's just one moored his way to his current state.
Yep.
Both tonight and perhaps due to his largesse
on a regular
basis.
What does the blue thingy taste like?
It's kind of bubbly. It's very sweet. It's a sweet apple martini kind of thing.
Oh, this is really good. Huh.
Whatever you do, don't try the fireball imp. I hear they're actually a concoction from hell. Man slides in beside you.
Sense motive. Otherwise, the fireball imp is most definitely the next thing we're having. 28.
The guy is inebriated. He believes what he's saying. This place is a hotbed of conspiracy.
Yeah.
He seems to be a regular as well.
I know what you mean.
He sort of leans in. He's leaning in. He's like having a conversation with you while making sure no one's listening. No names, friend. No names. We don't want them reading your mind.
Oh, yeah, that's, hate it when they do that.
Yes. Yes, the angels, they can read your mind.
Why would the angels be here if there's the hell,
Well, they're seeking out those that would fall for such silly tricks of devil kind. It's all a giant test, It's all a giant test.
Yeah, it's a giant test of giants.
Giants? What have you heard about giants? I hear that there's a great army of them rising to the north, but they seem to not engage the Imperials so that they can surprise us in one fell swoop.
I heard that the giants lived in the mountain, and they were of earth and stone, and then if you go deep enough that there was, like, fiery ones with, like, flaming beards, but,
Fire giants? How dreadful. Yeah. Where did you get your information from?
When I was a kid at Temple.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which temple?
The Stone Temple that was a while back.
Yes.
I think everybody's dead, if I'm honest. These fuckers got him. Thumbs over to the five-faced god guy.
He just goes and drunkenly just smiles at him and raises his beer.
Like, he's matter of fact about it. Like, these sinners here, yeah, those sinners there, yeah, these fuckers guys got those sinners. Like,
yes, the Imperials do have a way of destroying cultures, and with it they destroy secrets. We must hold on to these secrets and pass them along to those who are trusted.
Yeah. So, what's your name?
No names. You can call me Mr. N, however.
Mr. N?
Yes.
You can call me, Mr. S?
Buddy comes over. Fezzik, would you like another drink? Yes.
We're not supposed to use names, so, Fezzik here is Mr. N now.
Yes. Apologies, Mr. N. Well, I suppose it's...
That's not an elf thing. That's just like a disturbed person thing.
No, the elves are even... He takes his drink and he thanks him, and... The elves are insidious. I go to other taverns, but the ale doesn't taste like this. I must put something in it. Something in it that keeps on bringing me back. Some sort of charm.
My drink turned blue. I'm pretty certain it's charmed. Because it wasn't blue, and then it was all the blues, and now it's just this blue. And now it's kind of glass-shaped. I heard a fireball thing came from hell.
Ah, yes, we call it the Imp's Fireball. Would you like one?
Yeah.
Okay, he pours you a shot of something that basically he flicks his fingers. You don't know where the match came from. Maybe it was magical, and then the liquid is on fire.
Do I blow it out, or how am I supposed to, how do I put it in?
Yes, abominable. This is Father Philip. Don't drink it, friend. Don't do it. Don't give in.
Oh. What's life without some fun? He'll use his steel hand to just sort of...
Yeah, you clap out the fire and then drink it. It is a very spicy alcohol.
Woo!
Like it was steeped with peppers or something.
Woo!
Well, for fuck's sakes! A fucking dragon slayer, are you fucking kidding me? Fucking assholes.
Hey, I know that language.
Roger.
I know that guy.
I speak Roger.
Roger comes over to the bar. Fezzik kind of scurries away.
Hey, Roger, you should, not,
Buddy, fucking
watch your tongue in front
another
of the
one.
pretty ladies.
Are you sure? I don't pay you to count. Roger stinks like whiskey.
Oh,
Pours
hey,
him some
Roger,
whiskey.
how you doing?
Yeah, and fucking card sharks over there.
Well, but, sometimes you gotta not be like...
His eyes are bloodshot.
Yeah.
He puts down his like a large sack, kind of similar to yours, with all the coins in it. It barely makes a clink. It's kind of like a sack.
You fucker.
Yeah, well, fuck, I can get it back.
So,
Yeah, I can get it back. Fucking Dragon Slayer. You think you don't know how to play Drakes? You don't know how to play fucking cards. Learn how to play fucking cards! He yells. There's a bunch of people kind of.
everybody, it's alright. Just, calm down. It's, do you have anyone that makes you go to sleep? He's talking to Brazo.
Oh, no, nothing like that. However, if you're looking for a relaxing evening, Sildara the Silk Hands is one of the best masseuse in all the Imperium.
I want to see that role played.
Fucking, I gotta win it back.
Well,
He downs the whiskey and he puts the shot glass back out, and Buddy just pours some more.
But you gotta do what you do. Like you win in the arena, right?
Yeah. We got our fight. Don't worry. We can get it back.
It's not tomorrow, right?
No, but it's the next block.
Well, this.
I got an idea. What the fuck is that? He points at your hand.
It's my new hand.
Does it come off?
No, it doesn't come off.
He's like touching it and sort of thing. Is it really strong?
It's. Yeah.
He's like, did you try it yet?
Well, maybe a little bit.
Huh? Gonna rip it off. Fuckers.
I don't know what he's talking about. It's
No one seems to be. A lot of people seem to be going out of the way to avoid the whiskey fueled mercenary gladiator ex-soldier.
Yeah, the guy who's a little much there. Yeah. So.
You know.
So yeah. How much you lose?
You know, like 2 or 3.
100?
Yeah. He like does another shot.
What's... Hey, Brazo,
Yes.
what's, Roger's tab at?
Oh, his tab is of his concern. As for the money that he borrowed to play the tables and drakes, you will have to talk to my manager. And he points over into a corner, and you can see this really dour-faced half-elf
Brazo,
writing into some books.
I heard that you had silk hands in here somewhere, and I need a green one, because I had a red one and a blue one. I need a green one, and then, yeah.
A green goblin it is, then.
There we go.
Very festive of you, he says. And the green goblin's kind of like it's like some fruit and it's very thick. It's served with some celery and some like very small onions, and it's like a thick green tomatoey kind of drink.
Somebody has silk hands. He's
yes.
fuck Roger.
All right. So you end up talking to an elven woman. She does seem to be well respected in this place, and is no stranger to giving massages to gladiators. She comments on your hand. There's some pleasant music in the back, and Sam almost falls asleep in this weird chair with the hole cut in the head. Her hands are strong but
silky,
but supple. She gets into the right places and understands the pains around people who fight for a living, who have scars, and she kind of massages around your hand, and she asks more questions about that. She's rather quiet, and Sam spends some money on an oil massage. I think Sam likes the place.
Yeah, so Sam likes cocktails. Sam likes massages. What does the token do? The spin of the token.
Oh yeah, the spin of the token. So higher is better, lower is worse. Give me a 1d100.
Middle.
47. Okay, so you ended up getting a free drink up at the bar for the token.
All right, it's a.
You spend maybe, I don't know, 20 gold pieces on a nice evening at the retreat.
Money well spent, sir.
Roger, by the end of that day, you notice him having a conversation in a back room with some people.
Huh.
After you finished your massage, your hair is all oily and slick from the oils, and you got dressed in a robe and then toweled off, and then got dressed back into your regular clothing.
Okay, that's
Fuck! Don't you know who the fuck I am? So you hear Roger say.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Of course not. You haven't fucking saw me fight yet. There's low conversation. The weapons aren't out, but Roger's definitely in a room with 3 other people.
So we're gonna just keep our eye on the room.
Okay, there's some low conversation, and Roger, you notice, is thinking. He actually seems to say something that you've got a couple of nods at this. This guy is not in charge of anything. He's not like driving the conversation. There's a raised eyebrow at what Roger said from the elf with the hair. and there's a nod from this man who seems to make a decision. The man just nods and says something, and they seem to let Roger go.
Is that an elf or a man?
He's half elven. Roger comes out. He sees Sam. All right, fuck this place. At least until tomorrow. I'm coming back for my fucking money. He points over at a card table. You don't even know if it's the same people or not that are there.
You should just calm down. Have you tried? Have you done the massage thing? It was like right in there, and it was like right between getting just.
The fuck do I want a massage for? Fucking creepy elf touching me.
Sam has this like he blushes.
Fucking elves are defeated. They got defeated by the Empire. That's what he says. Take my money. Give me my fucking crossbow.
Ma'am, we would like to get our weapons back. I can carry this man's weapons if you'd prefer.
Yes, I think that would be best. Fucking don't break it. If it's broken, I'm gonna come back here. Yes, sir. No one has touched your crossbows.
I'm Sam. I think I said that before. I didn't get your name.
Callie, she says.
Hi.
She kind of like. She doesn't really. You get the fact that she doesn't really have people asking her name very often. You get a massage?
Yeah, it was. The arm got put on recently. It was all really stiff, but it all feels pretty good now.
She nods. She goes, "Yeah, after I fight and train, I like to get massages too. She's kind of expensive though." And she kind of like punches you in the arm, like she's trying to be pally, but she's not good at being like. It's very awkward.
Sam.
Roger's grabbing his crossbows.
Sam will tip weapon check lady.
Okay.
He'll tip her a gold piece. Like.
All right.
It's you train? What like? Yeah, I train too. I also fight, but yeah, it's yeah. I'll see you.
Yeah, I train. She yells kind of like as you're like out of the kind of halfway out of the place, and it's one of those really awkward low charisma conversations. As Roger's now taking a piss on the building around the other side. Fucking elves. You know that whole place fucking elven run. He's doing the lean. He's doing the lean against the building. He's probably peeing on his own.
Peeing on his own boots.
Yeah. Fuck. He's got one of the two crossbows slung over his shoulder while he's peeing. Of course, the leather strap comes off of his shoulder, so he's got a half kind of like dangling. He's dangling in a stream. He drops it on the ground, and for a moment he's standing there with his pants kind of down past his knees, leaning against the elven building, and dribbling all over the place. Roger's pretty drunk.
Yeah. So once we get a little distance from the building,
yeah, he recovers. You see the full moon, even though the moon isn't out. I haven't punched anybody in the dick with this arm yet. Roger collects himself and is stumbling along, and you guys are heading back up. So this is quite a walk. This is a pretty steep street, so you're kind of doing the drunken. Drunken tumble up the streets.
What did they want to talk to you about?
Oh, no, the fuckers. I got a way to win my money back.
Oh, what do you gotta do?
I gotta put on some collateral. Fucking elves.
What are you gonna put up as collateral?
Don't worry about it. I get fucking mithril.
fuck did you say?
He said, "Don't worry about it. He's got it under control." Apparently, Elmer doesn't spend enough time with the drunkards.
And he said, "Fucking mithril" was the last thing he said.
I heard. Sam heard. I got it under control. If he's putting up his, I think he's got mithril breastplate or
in the last downtime, which had ended, he put all of his money and the existing +2 armor he got from that Lord Hiron on the road. Remember, you guys fought him.
Yep.
He put that towards mithril full plate.
Oh, good.
Or is it breastplate? I just remembered mithril.
So it's like 20,000 gold piece armor.
Yep.
Something like that. All right. So I've just settled up my expenses on my sheet so that my wealth is now correct in the column.
Mm-hmm. Mithril full plate +1. Roger's glorious armor. He's gonna get full dex because he's also a fighter. So he's got armor training 2 right now, and mithril full plate has a max dex bonus of, I don't know,
+3. I think.
+3. Oh, mithril is +3.
Then it's +1, so +4.
Then 2 is +5.
Yeah. So right now he's at max. Of course, if he's going to enhance his dex anymore, he would have to get better. But I think he's fine.
His fighter levels go up too, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's a bad idea, but you haven't done anything yet, right?
Just fucking do my money is what he says.
How much you got left?
4.
And how much are you in the hole for?
2,300.
How much you spend on the armor?
Oh, I don't know. It's fucking 20 maybe.
There's a 0 in the. You're missing the 0.
I don't know. It's fucking expensive, is what he says. I'll go back tomorrow and I'll settle it up. Be okay. Hey, this city's pretty fucking fun.
It is funny. They had this drink. It was clear, and then he hit it with a stick, and it turned blue.
I saw this fucking beautiful elven lady.
Yeah, she was really nice.
I think she liked me.
I don't know why they had her working behind the weapon counter, but maybe it's because she's the one who knows how to use weapons.
Weapon counter lady? No. There's another one in there. She's running the place.
Not the hands lady.
No, it's fucking elves touching you. That's fucking weird.
Well, it was pretty. You just...
Huh? Oh. I need to find his bed. You know what, are we fighting tomorrow?
I think it's in 2 days.
Perfect.
Okay, I can go back tomorrow and settle this thing, and it'll be all good. All right, Rogers will figure it out. Fucking Roger. That's who I am.
Yep. We're gonna get him into the bed.
Yeah, you get him into the bed. Kind of like he ends up trying to kick you when you're trying to help him out of his boots. So you just leave him one boot on, half clothed, lying on his bunk. You're like, just close the door.
Close enough.
Just close the door. At least he got home.
Yep. I would like to say that Sam would be super concerned about somebody pissing away their money. But he really isn't. Like, that's... That's his... the chaotic good Sam is like, you probably shouldn't do that. I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay.
You're having fun.
You're the not slave.
Right, exactly.
Have fun.
Yep. It's not like you're going to lose your house. You don't have a house.
You don't have a house. What's going to happen? No, the armor... Fine. I was more worried. In fact, I personally was more worried he'd be doing his crossbow. He needs a crossbow. If it was a crossbow, there'd be a problem. His armor, he could get kicked in the dick a few times. It's fine.
All right. It sounds like Arlen and a few others wanted to go speak to the commissioner.
Marty, if I wanted to
Damn, I like
get
D&D.
the marketing guys,
Yeah,
marketing.
yeah. We're having fun in a pub. It's funny.
You know the guys that went to buy us gladiators? Can I get them to get us some like training weapons so that we don't do lethal damage? Maeve was using a sword. Was she using non-lethal with the sword, or what was she?
She was using a training sword, but she was taking a -4 to hit with the sword.
Wow, that's
It is not a merciful weapon. So you could
good on her.
You could send your market guys to go buy merciful weapons. A merciful weapon is a +2 enhancement bonus.
Yeah, we can't afford that. We'll buy a bunch of blunt arrows. That's
yes,
about it.
Sorry, but you can. If you go to the...
Oh, we can, but we're not gonna. That's expensive bullshit.
The circus right now has 63 talents. A merciful weapon is approximately 8,300. 300 for the masterwork, and then
To solve your Mortenzie issue.
Yeah, I think that's
investing
probably
in
worth
a
it.
merciful weapon for Mortenzie, if the plan is to have him be a gladiator,
Yeah,
a
we
guy who
probably
doesn't
do
know
that.
how to pull punches and is fucking mad, we would like
Yeah.
to make a cursed merciful weapon
We'll
where you
do
can't
that.
turn off the mercy.
Right, you can't turn it off, and every fight you just break it out. You could buy. He fights what with an Earthbreaker with a maul.
Yeah.
You could buy a. You could in the 2 weeks that you have left put
Okay,
your.
we'll do that.
Okay.
And also we'll get 20 merciful arrows. Or blunt arrows, I mean.
Okay, I don't know the cost of those. You'll have to tell me. So this is a merciful.
Give me a sec.
What is it called? A Earthbreaker
Yeah.
is 8.3. Yep, that worked. Okay, cool. And then some blunt arrows.
I'm looking for that cost. I'm looking for the cost of it, but I can't find it. God damn it, Chewbacca.
Add merciful to his Earthbreaker, which would probably be a lot. Yeah, because I think his
weapons
Earthbreaker is +2 right
already
now.
+2.
Do you want me to just put the Earthbreaker on his sheet?
Yeah, it's fine. Nobody else can use it.
Okay. Well, they can. It's a martial weapon, but what do you want to call it?
The Wand of Mobinius or something, so that he likes it. Mobinius is sleeping stick.
Yes, there you go. Zorbinius sleeping.
Sorry, not Mobinius. Zorbinius is sleeping stick.
The sleeping stick of Zorbinius. Okay.
Right, because we want. We're gonna call it the Fire Rocket Choo Choo Star. It's the vegetables. Doesn't matter. Eat your vegetables. Whatever.
Can't find the cost of a blunt arrow.
That solves our madman problem. What's wrong with him? He's completely mad.
He's nuts. Fucking crazy.
Mobinius.
Okay, and I just saw that I got an email from Mark, even though he's not playing. I'm just going to quickly check it because he did. He might be giving instructions on how he wants certain things done.
Personality.
Did he?
Yeah.
Maybe it's to you. I didn't get anything. I have to talk to him about that.
I've got Damius Phineas actions. I know this won't get to you till after game starts, but hopefully you do get it before game ends. Provided this doesn't interfere with your story, here are my ideas of what Damian and Phineas might do during game. Huh.
Act like a wanker, I believe is. Damian. He's so evil.
He gets where they be in trouble, blah, blah. Oh, okay. So those are relatively benign. He's asking for his gear to be given to him before he leaves, which I don't know if there's time for that. Yep. These are all things that can be handled retroactively. Okay, no shockers there, although I was half expecting them to be.
Half expecting this.
I'm gonna go do this! No, Mark's just...
The next thing is to make the contract say that we take ownership of the ludus if they lose.
It was all like logical, like loose ends tying up, that sort of thing. He's got plans for his money, which is good, which really is how much time he has. And then Phineas wanted to chit chat with Unwin, it looked like, and with Tacitus, who may have finally fallen into madness. Who is going with Arlen to talk to the commissioner?
Madness.
I believe it is also Widget, because Widget's not a slave.
Widget's not a slave. Widget just has a really shit contract. He is not a slave. Why do you keep calling me a slave? Why does everybody keep saying you slaves? I'm not one.
Joram the Hin is going to come with you because Joram has served. I guess this is the third Lannister of this circus.
He's got some precedent. He
served Zamicles, and then he served Radimer, and now he, I guess, is taking care of the contracts as well as some of the money concerns for Arlen. He's power leveling expert or something.
I know stuff.
I'm assuming the three of you are okay wandering around, or do you need like bodyguards?
Yes. Widget does not need. We do not need bodyguards. Yeah.
Speak for your damn self. I can get one-shotted by a second-level fighter.
Magnus really does need a bodyguard when he's out of the town.
Oh, I'm talking about Arlen, big boy.
Well, Magnus is lucky that Damian is with him after the fight with the Manticore.
Yeah.
Because basically, he'd be lying there. He'd be lying there in the arena
for a day. And then wake up with one int. Oh, good. What good is he going to do?
Wake up with one int and one wisdom and no items because he would have been robbed by then.
Did you bring anyone with you to that fight?
Brog and Damian. Basically, Magnus is in Brog and Damian's hands. No, he didn't bring anyone with him.
And Bull.
And a bull.
And a bull.
Yep.
Dude, you didn't bring anybody who could heal you.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, Arlen and Widget are going to go chat with the commissioner. Assume you all your paperwork has been filed. It's just you wanted to actually explicitly have a conversation with him. You only wait a short while. Basically, Arlen, Widget, and Joram go to speak to the commissioner. The commissioner, let's see if there's anyone there. 3, he has someone in his office already. When you arrive, nope. You actually, the door is slightly open, and a couple of slave hin servants come in and announce the Circus of Dread, Arlen, Widget, and Joram the Hin are here to see you. Oh yes, long overdue. Come on in.
Huh. Thank you. Greetings.
He stands and he looks down. Pardon my staring. I have not seen a gladiator in a metal chair before. And he actually comes around his desk and leans down to shake your hand.
It is my battle chariot, as the other gladiators refer to it.
At this point, it's kind of one of them points of pride, because, I mean, you probably could get some of them robo-pegs. But...
You're Mr. Widget?
Yeah, friends call me Widget. Wilbur Whittlewick.
Oh, yes.
Service. Tap the hat.
I saw your contract, and he just nods to Joram, and that's the end of his acknowledgement of the Hin who quietly entered into the room.
At least we're not playing friggin' croquet.
Yep. I must congratulate you on achieving the status of a ludus in our fair and fine city. It has been a rapid year of expansion with the Conclave of Crimson Scale, and now this dreadful circus of yours.
Yes.
I really like the name, is what he says, drumming his hand on the table.
Hopefully, we could be a good replacement for the what was it? The Sea Gods, whatever they were. The
Sea Gods' Fury. Yes, how they made so many people mad.
Yeah, I heard the stories.
It's a bunch of pirates. It kind of seems like it would have been self-evident. I don't know.
Yes. Well, what can I do for you, gentlemen? Are you looking to set up a fight? Are you here to discuss contracts? A change in your roster? I am at your disposal, of course.
Yes, we wanted to make sure we don't have any loose ends. You see, we're going to be traveling ludus. We do have a match set up very shortly. I believe it's against the Conclave.
Yes, everyone is looking forward to your debut match. I might even replace a bet or two. He smiles. I must warn you, however, that your current contract does not stipulate anything about spells being cast prior to the battle, and the Conclave has made quite a reputation for themselves for casting a lot of powerful magics on the gladiators just before the fights begin. I would be cautious. 3 against 4, even with the ranking of your gladiators, could be, well, nullified by this way of doing things. Now, this fight along Sword Street is not only your group that is fighting along Sword Street. There's a goblin fight, and some of the knights are going to try to do a jousting competition. But this will be one of the last fights before we go back into the new and improved civic arena.
Yes, I heard about that.
This problem won't be there for long, trust me. The fights will be much more fair going forward. Praise to the Empire for blessing us as they have the Imperial arenas of the capital.
So the young blood caused that much of a stir?
No. These upgrades to the arena, we are the 4th or 5th city to receive them. Slowly, as the Empire conquers further and further west, we are part of the, how shall we say, we are on the cusp of civilization. Or so they tell me.
Well, getting here on the road was not exactly the easiest. I do see that. I understand that sentiment quite well.
The installed upgrades and officially blessed the gladiatorial arena of Canterport last year. We, of course, are the logical next step.
Were we in Canterport?
You guys passed through Canterport. You remember there were ratlings or.
There was the cranberries and rats.
Yep. No, he did not
Yes.
cause such a stir, but Magnus and his gladiators have taken advantage of the less rules we have here in Vadapol. Those days are now behind us. So what I'm saying is you may want to revisit the contracts with the Conclave, maybe limit the amount of casting prior to the battle.
Yeah, it'll be...
I'll give you this tip for free. He smiles.
So, Widget starts, like, rolling up some tobacco, offers the commissioner some.
Commissioner, if we are... He actually opens a drawer. He takes out like a pre-rolled cigar. He takes out a little thingy, snips the end of it. If you're going to smoke, he's going to smoke.
Yep.
He does lean in and let you light his cigar for him. A tinder twig or something like that, or magic. I don't know.
Magic.
Okay. Ah.
I have a feeling that it is imperative that we come to a appropriate and mutually beneficial understanding. Don't you agree, Arlen?
Oh, yes. That is why we're here, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Do not worry. Your benefactors have made the right donations and appropriate gifts for the start of a new Ludus. But I do agree that getting out on the right foot is most beneficial. Oh my God! It's a mark. What the fuck?
Oh, I'm just creeping.
He's creeping. He's still got work clothes
But in a
on.
very obvious way. It's not work clothes. Not anymore.
It's got your name and a big W.
It used to be work clothes. Now they're just clothes. They're sturdy work clothes.
Perfect.
It's what I cook in.
They bought Mortenzie a merciful Earthbreaker.
Oh, that was very generous of you. Thank you.
And called it the sleeping.
And probably very wise, given the
8,300 is cheaper than 10,000.
And called it the sleeping stick of Zorbidius before giving it to you.
Brilliant. That was good.
They're like, how do we make him use this? Yes, there's been some brilliance.
Go to sleep.
Oh, and we had a scene with Roger getting drunk and in debt at the retreat, Mark.
Oh, lovely for Roger.
Yep.
And he might be using his armor to pay a 300 gold piece debt, potentially.
Oh, no.
So he slipped a 0 in his math, apparently. Slipped a digit.
No, that's the collateral he's going to put down to get money so that he can
get
try
back in the table. Right,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. He's yeah.
How many ranks in profession gambler? None. Ladies, the gods. The gods are on his
I
side.
am happy to let him drown in that. Just. Yep.
Yeah, and Mark is partially responsible for the retreat. He got jealous of the other campaign, in how they had a really cool bar called the Pearl, and he's like,
I was super jealous.
I want a
This is an
cool
awesome
bar in this campaign. God damn it! And then he created this bar in the sandbox area. I'm like, how do I use this? I know. Let's make it an elven gambling hall. And I sort of reuse some of the NPCs that Mark put together for the retreat. And then I haven't quite introduced Zita and Evander, but if you're around for a while, I'm going to do that. I'll do that in a moment.
I can do that. I can stick around for a couple hours.
Okay, so I need to take a quick washroom break. I'm going to get Mark caught up with what's going on. I'll be back in like 3 minutes.
So
My
it's boom. Basically, were you there until Magnus got knocked out by poison last
Yeah,
session?
I was there for that,
Just make
yeah.
certain. Magnus got his ass kicked by poison.
He saw the salt.
As a case of both player and character thinking the same thing. Well, better you than me. that was awful.
So, what's fun about that is currently Damian and Brog are the only people that have eyes on and or care about Magnus. Just as something.
Yes, that's true.
Currently, if there was like you wanted to tattoo something on him, get him cursed, get some spells cast on him. You know,
Sell him.
I'll remember this, Adam. I'm remembering this. Widget's injured. Needs some healing. Does he?
Does he? Oh, that would be meta. Oh no. Actually, no. That would be
So is this?
Well, no. This isn't meta. This is. Hey. Alright.
You know what, Damien?
So
Because Magnus is such stiff competition, he actually probably would do something like that if it weren't for the fact that
everybody knows
he's
that
the
Magnus is
master
really-
at his very scary uncle's ludus.
It is very scary how Uncle's Ludus.
And
all
he
right.
does not want to mess with his uncle.
So Sam basically went to the retreat, and he had fun. He thinks it's awesome. He went there and was like, "This is awesome." He had an interesting conversation with the sword lady, the weapon lady, as well as Brazo.
Massage, a couple of drinks.
Had some drinks, got a massage, good time.
Conspiracy
Watched
theories.
Roger get fucked. Yeah. Now there's a we're currently speaking with Dimitri around our upcoming fight, and we're being warned about the antics of the Conclave.
I can't imagine why.
At this point, they're not warning us about cheating within the contracts, but they're saying that our stipulations within the contracts are not in keeping with what would be required to effectively go against. So we were kind of warned that we're likely going to lose this fight, is effectively what Dimitri has said. You're going to lose. They're going to put a bunch of spells on. I probably bet on this fight. By the way, this contract's written away where you're likely going to lose for these 3 reasons. He probably expects us to lose.
So here's the thing, we're down one. The Conclave is down one alchemist.
Oh, you also learned that this is the 4th or 5th city to receive the official upgrades and
Yes.
blessing of the Empire.
So when we go to other cities, they will also they will also be prepared.
You get the major cities kind of irradiating out from the Imperial capital on the west coast, and you're the latest and most eastern city to receive this upgrade.
Yeah. So basically, if we move up the ranks, this upgrade will be there. If we move down the ranks and go further away into the wilderness, then we can get back into our.
Like go fight with the
Should've
dragon
waited.
people or the Durgar or like even
Right,
further
and the
that
way
way.
they solve this is they murder you in your sleep or throw you in chains. Like they solve it outside the arena.
This upgrade came to Cantaport last year, is what they said. It's not just your little tiny Ludus cheats with spells. It's not just that.
It's not just us. Okay, good to know.
No, other Ludus also had the same idea to cheat with spells. Yep. Okay. So we're currently having a conversation with Dimitri. We're trying to make friends, make nice,
Okay.
or plot. What's this plot thing? We're making our own plot. We're just we're in the play. We are quite literally in the playground making plots because we could be the villain and the hero. Like we could do the whole. We could be the whole. We have enough characters to do
We have
it.
enough characters with enough alignment. Yeah, we could do it all.
So it is not too late. However, they may not be willing to adjust the contract, is what the commissioner says. Now, about this starting on the right foot, is there anything else that I can do for you, so that you view me as a friend and ally, and not an adversary? Your adversaries clearly are the other Ludi, who are going to seek to humiliate you, bankrupt you, win at all costs, and some of them take the law into their own hands.
That's unfortunate.
However, you're traveling Ludus, which means that, yes, you can go to official sanctioned places outside of the city. You are officially based here, but as long as at the end of the season I have the proper paperwork that shows that your Ludus has participated in enough fights. Now, the one stipulation is you can't set up fights against your own self. That does not count towards the minimum number of fights for your own gladiators.
So the fights amongst the knights where they just show off those more martial displays, is that the category they go under?
Yes, there are all sorts of ways to make money. There might be also recruiting. The Knights of Vatapor are the local boys, if you will. A bunch of old aristocracy. Still
And that-
a strange way for them to practice in old fighting methods. Even though they're no longer allowed to have, technically, house guards any longer. We all must be part of the Empire.
I want to do a heal check on him.
Yep.
See a man of his age and weight.
Okay.
What's going on with his health? I'll watch him throughout the our conversation.
Okay, give me a heal check.
22.
Yeah, he probably eats too much. He probably drinks too much. He probably...
Like a bad knee, or does he favor one side over the other, or doesn't hold a pen a certain way?
Diabetes.
He looks about
Was it 22? I don't know.
60 or something.
He's probably not as active as he should be. He probably spends a lot of time at this desk. Skyclaps, how's it going?
Okay.
Is there anything specific that I can do for you? He's like now for the third time asked you what's the point of you being here.
Yeah. So Widget is looking for Arlen to Widget is looking at Arlen. Arlen
It is very rude for us to be here for such a long time and to depart without saying hello, making our greetings, getting to know you, getting to know one another.
Yes. Customarily on first visits, gifts are exchanged.
Normally there'd be a gift. Yes.
Consider my information about the Conclave a gift to you, he says.
And my gift to you is, whenever you need, you or your family may call upon me for medical examinations or services, as I'm quite well to do with the healing and well-being of the Countess and others. I may provide the same services for you.
I see. So you're a Lannister of Eludis as well as some sort of doctor.
Exactly.
Let's just say that my own family as well taken care of, and I wouldn't want some stranger digging around and finding out who has what ailment and what not.
Ah, yes. Well.
Besides, I am not sure what deity you worship, he says. Nor do I care to know. It is your prerogative, and it is your burden to bear in the arena. You may, in Vadapol, worship whomever you wish, because you sacrifice blood in the arena.
Well, some of us are a little bit more practical. Widget is going to put a talent on the table.
Okay.
Arlen's broke, baby.
You notice that he suddenly, while he's got his cigar in his hand, his pinky finger taps this big dish, and it's this big dish. It looks like an elephant face on the side of it. It's all carved, and it looks like it's made out of marble. Like he noticed that he wasn't ashing in the dish. He just sort of taps the dish like it goes in there.
And that, of course.
We'll put it over there. There we go.
Do you know what route, and now he's blowing his smoke everywhere, do you know what route you're taking? Will you be traveling outside of the duchy? Do you have fights already arranged?
No, we will be...
We got fights not arranged yet, but we will be heading north. That's kind of the direction that we're thinking.
North? Fallen Stone has an excellent gladiatorial arena. It's still inside the duchy. It is called the Pit of the Stone Bear. Not hard to find, it's the only one. North from there, there's a bunch of castles and lakes. Rather beautiful country. You know, if there aren't monsters and barbarians looking around, and the Duke is hard at work ensuring the safety of our northern reaches. Randomly, how's it going?
Hey, Randomly. We're currently talking to the commissioner, and this is the circus.
Arlen just tried to bribe the commissioner with a prostate exam. The
I can
commissioner chose...
examine you and all your family. Especially your wife.
Perhaps when I hear more about what it is that you can do, Arlen, we can talk again about how your healing magics could help me and others. While I may not be specifically looking for ailments for me, I know that there are a lot of gladiators out there that are not blessed by having a Lannister who is also a healer.
Yes, perhaps
Perhaps
you
you
can
and
work
I in the
something out.
future can come to some arrangement where I do all the administrative work and outreach and you do what it is that you do best. And you notice that he sort of glances down Arlen and he can't help but look at the two stubby legs that no longer have feet on them as Arlen's in his wheelchair.
Like, I'm the Uber doctor.
He ends up coughing on his cigar a little bit.
I can take a look at that for you.
Quick question about we have a not an insignificant number of casters, devotees of the arcane.
Yes.
Is there any intention on having arcane specific matches within the city?
There are any of your wizards part of the Imperial Academy or the tied to the Imperials at all?
No, only none of the fighters, none of the warriors.
Yeah, then no. However, there may be upcoming legislation that stipulates a new set of rules for mage dueling. However, I don't suspect that, and he looks down at your pages and you can see that it's a list of your gladiators and some of the tiers. I do not suspect that you have very powerful casters given the tiers of your gladiators, unless you've been hiding something. And he's looking at Arlen and glances to Widget.
Not really.
And he's sense motive.
We're not.
Very well then.
Casters.
Have fun in the north. If you go to Lake Fort, watch out for the critters under the water. They have their fights on top of the lake. Log runners or lake dancers or something. Oh, and if you're going to go all the way to Citadel by the lake, make sure you know how to fly.
Oh, good to know.
The elves. There are some traditions that, well, that the Empire simply cannot erase. For the better, I say. He smiles. You might be able to get out of that chair for one of those fights. Too bad I can't be there. I have got this lowly terrestrial human town to look after.
I might say color me intrigued, but you do have a fabulous city here, sir. Well. Arlen?
Paperwork, or your rosters will be screwed and we'll have to, sell gladiators and get into all that mess. Remember, 3 fights per season, each of your main gladiators.
Thank you.
The commissioners or regulators or sheriffs of the arenas in these small backwater places will be able to sign the appropriate paperwork. Don't worry, I recognize their seals. Most of them report to me, as he smiles.
Any of them that you want us to say hi to?
No, I take care of my own correspondence, thank you.
Of course. What a silly question.
Any of them you want to say bye to?
He raises an eyebrow. I have a feeling, and he puts a cigar into the tray with the talent in it.
Yep.
I have a feeling, he steps up, that you are going to be an interesting addition to the gladiatorial ludi here in Vatapol. And he shakes your hand and shakes Arlen's hand and just sort of gives a slight nod to Joram the Hin. And he calls the meeting close with that, as you hinted that you're willing to kill people for him. He apparently didn't want to have that conversation here and now, but he didn't seem to say no.
That wasn't half of a bomb, sir.
Yep.
That was.
This is. You realize that those might be topics that are not necessarily that great for first meeting.
Yeah.
Nope.
Huh. First meeting, they offered to
Couldn't
heal
you
me
handle
and
it?
kill my enemies for me. I don't even know these people. What are they offering the other people they meet for the first time? These people are insane. Okay, so you leave the Vatapol, the offices of the commissioner of the civic arena of Vatapol and of all of the Duchy of Vyedd, and the Vatapol jail is beneath his office. You seem like the meeting went okay, maybe?
Seemed okay to me.
All right. However, that is one despicable person.
He is, if you do not mind me interjecting, Arlen, he is one powerful person. He's
Yes.
fabulously wealthy by running the games. He has been doing it for some time.
Also, you owe me a talent.
I never asked you to put one down. However, you can get it from the loot,
You didn't come. You didn't come with money. You didn't expect you have to graft your way through some of this.
I was expecting most of this to be taken care of. But no. Now, we've learned. Yes? It's called lessons learned.
Let's shift to Damian and Brog for a moment.
Damian.
I guess Damian and Brog, namely Brog, carried Magnus back the hour walk to the Ludus.
What a wonderful day! He's drawing on Magnus's back right now.
So you just didn't leave Magnus in a state, I guess,
No, we took
to
him
be
with
robbed
us.
by others and that sort of thing.
No,
Okay, all right.
we took him with us.
All right.
But he is having fun with him. Like,
Sure. What is drawn on Magnus's back by the time you get back to the Ludus?
it's a penis.
Okay.
Because he's 12.
All right. What are the reactions of Ashoka and Phineas and Zed when you see basically Magnus in a wheelbarrow, unconscious, being dragged back into the Ludus? Brog pushing the wheelbarrow and Damian kind of skipping with his big shit-eating grin on his face.
So I might take it winner and loser.
Yes, you take it correctly.
Oh, Master!
In his defense, that was a terrible beast, though. It was awful.
Did he? How much face was lost in his defeat?
Oh. Well, the creature seems to have left. He turns Magnus's face to the scar, the big jagged cut down his face. Left its calling card on him, forevermore.
Oh, Master, that is not very polite to leave a calling card on someone's face.
No.
And I drew a penis on his back.
Not very polite at all.
How?
I ate a head.
Yes, you did, Brog. Yes, you did.
You weren't supposed to kill. Did he know the details of that match?
Brog?
No.
No. Did Ashoka know the details of the
Yes,
match?
yeah.
No,
you're-
no, Damien was leaving it for a surprise.
Okay.
So did Ashoka know that they weren't supposed to kill?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Because Brog is one of your gladiators and you know what goes on in your Ludus.
So, Brog, you weren't supposed to kill anyone.
Oh, nonsense. He killed 2 of them.
Ah, stupid monks jumping around. Too many of them. They drank the mirrors and then Brog had to kill them. Damian said okay to kill.
Yes. It's...
Damian said okay to kill.
Well, Brog ate one head. Well,
Magnus
Brog wanted to
stirs.
eat. Brog wanted to eat more of them, but they stopped and they didn't let Brog eat. Damian said if I ate 5, Damian and Brog get big prize.
Oh, did he now?
Brog?
Damian,
Yes,
I'm
I-
assuming that you have a method of keeping this accounting straight.
Yes, yes. In fact, I will go collect our debts tomorrow. I'll let them collect their debt first.
I'm not sure, Master, if he knows what the debt means. You do not collect debts.
No, he most definitely understands. By what do you mean specifically?
Oh, you see, they violated the contract that they signed after I sent them the new one. That, long story short, once litigation is done, the fine is for dying, not killing. And he's dancing around. Who has two thumbs and pulls his own weight? This guy.
Rob. Can I eat Magnus?
No, you can't eat that.
No problem. No, Magnus.
I'll tell you what, though. I'll
Did
buy
you-
you a lot, and we'll take the best ones, and you can have the rest for dessert.
I need to eat 4 more to get third stomach.
To get a third.
Oh, no, I will
We-
take care of his third stomach.
All right, you take care of the third stomach. Now, in litigation,
Yes.
if this goes poorly, we are going to need to pay them. We are going to need
Oh,
to say
no,
there
no,
was a
no,
mistake
no,
in
no.
the paperwork.
No. There is no mistake. It has been signed in triplicate. Passed and signed by the Commissioner of Games, signed by myself, Phineas, and the Master of the Fallen Idiots over there.
Yes. All right.
I said it at the beginning of my fight. Monks are stupid. Them signing this contract just makes it doubly so.
But we need to. You understand that we need to fight against others to maintain our status, right?
Oh, don't worry. We won't get away with this again. I just hate monks.
But I would greatly prefer that you reconsider your position on the litigation of this particular incident. Us losing 220 talents is a valid price to pay for social standing. That is my opinion on this matter.
Monks are tasty.
Don't
Need
bring
monks
him
to
into the
taste.
courtroom.
No, I agree. That would be a bad idea.
Rob.
Well, if you don't want the 20 talents, I'll just take it myself. I need some new gear.
I'm out cold, man. Can't help you.
The contract is a contract. Nothing you can do. It's done.
While I fully endorse the battlefield of the mind, the battlefield of the legal, the battlefield of words, you have no idea how much I support those arenas and their validity. The battle of the physical, which is the gladiators, is so much more of a performance than anything else. It is a way to entertain, to enthrall, to enslave. We should be
to
trying
eat.
to keep
His eyes are starting to glaze over.
that realm of needs to be somewhat sacrosanct, as we cannot entertain on our own in the city.
Rob.
Thank you, Brock.
I won't do it again.
Entertain.
That is the best you'll get.
Mm.
And by the way,
Rob.
but not for me, believe me, the Knights of gotten away with it because I'm better than they are.
What did the Knights of Valpol try to do?
We eat knights next.
They were going to charge you 10,000 gold pieces for every dead horse when they fought.
Oh
when they
yeah, I
fought
remember
Magnus.
that.
I
They
was
tried.
like,
They
"No,
tried to
we're not
sneak in a
paying."
dead horse clause.
Dead horse clause of 10 talents a
Yeah.
horse, and he's like, "We're not paying 10 talents a horse. Fuck off." Magnus will punch a horse.
They
dead.
had a 10,000 death clause for every living creature on each side, right? So,
Right.
So
Yeah.
you know, the war-trained war horse is like worth 500. And they're trying to dink you.
Good point.
Ah,